Buying a home in 2022, is it hopeless? Las Vegas Now, or Las Vegas Real Estate Now, the sponsors of this next segment, they have the answers. Let's welcome back our good friend, Harvey Blankfeld. How you doing, Harvey?
Great. Thanks for having me back, JC.
It's great to see you. Before we jump into things, tell everyone your background. How long have you been in real estate in Las Vegas?
A little over 21 years now. Moved here from Baltimore a while back and been in real estate for quite a while now. And I've seen the market do a lot of things in that time. And so I can tell you that buying a home is a challenge, but it's not hopeless. I mean, and the truth of the matter is it's a challenge for a good reason. Because everyone should be buying a home. You should own instead of rent this, for sure. Okay, well, are there ways, if a buyer's watching right now, are there ways they can get creative when it comes to making an offer on a house that'll help them out? Absolutely, because you might be competing against cash offers or other type of buyers. So what you might want to do is offer the seller time in the home after close of escrow so they have time to get out. Maybe give them some occupancy time in the home afterwards. Also, maybe offer to pay some of the normal seller expenses in a transaction. Might put you over the top as well and make you look better than some of the other offers that What are some of those seller transactions that we should be paying? Well, you could pay a transfer fee to the county. Okay. That's normally a seller expense. You could pay some additional escrow costs, some title insurance costs. There are traditional costs on the seller side that you could say, hey, you know what, I'm going to pay that, and then it makes the deal look better. The seller's really looking at one thing, that number at the bottom. And that's what you want to try to make as attractive as possible for them. Okay, well, these are tips that we should be doing. What is stuff we should not be doing? Okay, so what you don't want to do is give up some of your rights as a buyer and some of the contingencies. For instance, I would never ever advise a buyer to waive inspection. Because you don't know. The seller may not even be aware of some issues with the house. They probably have never been in the attic. Yes. There might be a broken roof truss up there nobody knows about. The other thing is if you want to waive appraisal, waive it but cap it. Don't say I'm just going to waive the appraisal entirely, but I'll waive it up to a certain amount and I'll pay that much more than the appraiser says the house is worth as long as it's within my range. So if someone's selling a house for $300,000 or it appraises for $300,000, you know there's people that I shouldn't walk in and say I'll give you $315,000 for it. Not that we got $315,000 lying around, but you should not go that high above the value. Right, yeah. What happens is the house is offered at $300,000, it might appraise only at $250,000, and oh my goodness, now I got a $50,000 gap. That's cash I got to come up with at closing in addition to the normal expenses tied to a buyer. Why buy now instead of waiting? Because is the market going to start to settle, or should you still be buying a house if you have opportunity? Look, there's two things that affect the price of a house. Interest rates are one thing, and they're still very, very good, and then there's the overall price of the houses themselves and the market in general. Right now, interest rates are still great. Housing prices have gone up dramatically, obviously. Everyone knows that recently. But they're only slightly above where they're supposed to be on the natural curve of housing expense here in Las Vegas. We were way behind for the longest time. So we've caught it. We've surpassed it a little bit. We're not so overpriced that I'd say we're in trouble in any way, shape, or form. And I don't see it changing because demand for houses in Las Vegas is still high. For people moving here from other parts of the country and other parts of the world. Harvey, we always appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us. Hey, my pleasure. Hey, can I give a quick shout? Go ahead, absolutely. What do you got? The guys, Danny and all the guys over at Performance Physical Therapy on West Sahara, they're making my knee better, so thanks, guys. Oh, yeah, the big-time knee replacement right here. You're Superman now. You're ready to go. Yeah, bionic. We're going to run a marathon. Thank you again to Las Vegas Real Estate Now for sponsoring this segment. Give them a call at 702-203-1165 or visit lvrealestateradio.com for more information. Rocky?